see if this works. Okay. Cool. All right, where should we start? So I have these little devices here. These are the prototypes for the actual devices that are going to be used for playing laser tag. I've got a second one right here that's wired up to the Arduino that's functioning as the programmer. And there's a handful of bugs we discovered last night. Not a handful, there's a couple of bugs we discovered in the code that is currently written. This is the first time that I had multiple devices connecting to the game server and actually getting a chance to have them communicate. So we're going to do some debugging, try to figure out what's going on, and see how stable we can get these things. And there's still some missing functionality we have to build. Depending on how fast this all happens, we'll probably maybe have a chance to get some of that. And this probably will be a pretty quick stream, maybe an hour, hour and a half. And then maybe later tonight, I'll come back on and do some more work. But first things first, I know for a fact that we're fucking up here. We're not sending our heartbeats in the firmware. So the way that it's supposed to work is that every minute we send a heartbeat, and that allows the game server to know that a player is still connected, is still playing, is still connected to the network. And so the game server will, every minute or so go through, and any player that hasn't checked in 5 minutes, we're gonna call them out of the active game. So that code isn't written yet to do that, but we should be sending the heartbeats. The other thing this allows us to do is when new games start, the badges, the devices here that are still connected to the network, they'll just be able to automatically get brought into the next game. And that's kind of the behavior that we want. Also, if the game server goes down, the devices don't have to restart themselves. They can just, pick up where they left off. The game server will just start a new game up, and new state for the devices will get set down, so it can just kind of automatically set itself up. So let's go ahead and go into here. I think at the end here, we're probably just going to do it, right here, probably. It might make sense to do it above here, so that we can not have to do another loop around to get to the point where it's coming back. This isn't a connection-based protocol. It's all UDP, so there's not necessarily going to be a one-to-one correspondence between requests and responses. A specific data packet that goes out could result in 0, 1, or many response packets coming back. So it's going to be a little maybe trial and error trying to figure out where it most makes sense to put this. But for right now, let's stash it right above where we're looking for responses. And that's going to be right here. So we're going to set up a new message. Actually, do I have heartbeat code already? I should have it. So this is the code right here. Let's just bring this out into a function. And this code is kind of a mess. Part of that has to do with the fact that the Arduino IDE is garbage, and I've had a really hard time getting other text editors to really work well with this and do the IntelliSense. I'm going to go in at some point in the near future and clean this all up. What does send message return? It returns an int. So what does it return though? Does it return the number of bytes sent? Yeah, I don't really care what this returns. We're gonna like set it and forget it, I think. And Wi-Fi is now global, but we can pass this for right now. So I think we're all okay here. So I'm just gonna call send heartbeat. Update state does the actual state updating. What are we doing up here? I think it's safe. We can pull this out. Where's our updates? I think we're going to end up doing, oh, hey. Apparently, I've got bad video settings for some reason. It looks pretty stable, though. Anyway, so this is going to end up... Just do a bool, and rather than doing this, we're going to return false. Ew. And this ends up not needing to be a thing anymore. Why were we doing that before? What's the case that causes us to not... so if they receive, and we go to the end, and that's fine. We don't care. We can just do update. And we don't actually need that label anymore. And then the code up here can also get switched to send heartbeat. if not, then we're gonna do and we're gonna do delay 5,000. So wait for 5 seconds, and we're gonna run continue. Did I have a different time here? No, I don't. Okay. All right. What I'm confused about we need to see. God, this is just awful to read code in. This is our rendering basically for our device. It kind of like sets all the state toggles and shit, and basically lights up the right LEDs and everything like that. And we also need to make this so that we don't send it every single time. Minus now. It's greater than. All right. We're gonna grab this and set it a little bit higher up. And I think also a lot of these things that I have as like consts here, long last 0. So this is gonna be every minute. Instead of 60,000, this. Okay. This is all safe to get rid of. Set heartbeat. All right, so the code is still pretty shitty, but it's getting better. Let's run this through the compiler and see what happens. See if we're completely broken. It looks like we compiled. So let's get this programmed onto this new device. Let's plug the programmer in. All right. Let's upload using programmer. And I don't know, probably in another week or so, we'll go in and we'll like clean up a lot of this code. Maybe on stream, maybe not. I don't know. It needs to get done at some point in the relatively future. I'm still getting some complaints about the video. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. It's not freezing on this end. So I don't know exactly what the deal is. Cool. All right, so this one's programmed. I kind of want to program the other one too with this. And they're identical, so it shouldn't really matter which one is which. I need to make a programming jig for this so I can just pop them in and out and not have to like worry about like getting this all done. It's a pain in the ass to like swap back and forth. There's the reset. There's, I think that's a clock. Maybe I'll do that later tonight, or I'll do it tomorrow or something. Just because this is such a pain in the ass to do. I also want to see if I can like bring this down in terms of size. Like, it's kind of giant at 33K. But we'll see. So I gotta see. I think that we can also clean up some of this code in here. Like we can maybe get rid of these specifically and let it just kind of happen from the loop here. Because it'll do all of that for us. And let's get the one that we're plugged in. Alright, so let's unplug that, and unplug that. Let's get a USB serial adapter plugged in. Alright. So that's cool. Let's Let's get this started up. This is the game server. Now we saw some weird behavior yesterday where if one was powered on before the other one would never like basically get all set up. And when you swap the order, it worked fine. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'm gonna try it again this time. Let's get this. I don't know why it's getting failed to receive player info. Let me power this off and back on. So for some reason, we're always failing now. We're getting down to here. And that's fine. So that's all good. I wonder if it's because it can't receive it? So like this loop right here is definitely happening. We don't want to be doing this though. Man, this is kind of janky, but does update state ever return true? How did that even compile? Okay. Let's reprogram this. So let's make sure that one works, and then we'll do the other one. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Did I not ever get out of that loop? Yep, I never got out of the loop. And all right. Well, that wasn't very useful. Yeah, that jig would be really nice, just to like plug this into and have it automatically like get all lined up and everything, and just program easily. I don't see any issues, but YouTube is telling me that like the video's not coming in very good. All right. Come on. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. All right. Okay. So we're good here. All right, so let's get this programmed then. Let's get the other one programmed now. So now that we have this one working, we can start figuring out how much of the logic is broken and where we need to start looking at it. Come on. Let's program this one. I'm also going to kill this for right now because I want to get it restarted with fresh state. Like I said, we're not getting rid of players correctly right now. The timer isn't set up to go through and call them out. And if dying is working right, or like shooting is working right now, and killing players is working right now, we're basically gonna see players get killed and then basically be useless because we're not gonna be able to revive them. So we'll see what happens. That looks like it was programmed successfully. Let's get this plugged in. Oops. I should get the other webcam up so that you guys can actually see what I'm like doing, like not in front of my face. Because that's like where all the really interesting shit's actually happening, I guess, is over here. That happened like all of a sudden. And this is the one that's plugged in here. And so this is the weird thing we saw last night was like this one specifically just cannot join the game after the other one is joined. But if this one that I'm trying right now joins first, everything is totally fine. And I have no fucking clue why that is the case. But let's just fix this really quick. Let's have this one join first. So that one joined. Totally fine. I plug this one in. And this one works totally fine. So we have two set up now. They're both running. I guess you can't see both of them. But I have two right here. They're both running. I don't know why that is the case that that's happening. We'll figure that out shortly. So let's try shooting. So we got a hit. So the red badge identified that it got hit. It sent up a message, but it hasn't been processed yet, maybe? See, that's the weird thing is I'm not getting any kind of... I just don't get it. It's like doing the shot totally totally knows that it's getting like the hit there. So why is it not getting routed correctly? Because like anything going into here should result in us getting some kind of message, which is what I don't get. Like we're coming into here and like something. So let's restart this. Now that we have a little bit more logging there, like that's just what I don't understand. And they should be able to just like join back up. They just need a heartbeat, and they will at some point in the next minute or so. So let's see what happens when that happens. See if like a reconnection works. I need to grab a screwdriver though to change the the pot on here. We'll get like another 10 seconds or so, maybe a little less. It should be. It should receive messages if a heartbeat code's working, which maybe it's not. Did we fuck this up? See, we didn't see it before either. Oh. Yeah. Should be now minus heartbeat. Fuck. Alright, so our heartbeat code's wrong. Let's reflash this. We'll end up reflashing the other one shortly, I guess. Ooh, whoops. I should not get plugged in with these on. I wonder where updates are. Come on. It's like not even going. Did I... Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I don't know why it took so long. All right. It's really unhappy. Is something running, like really, like just fucking it up? So I'm gonna try unplugging the Arduino, plugging it back in. Yeah, it must have just gotten some weird state. All right, it's programmed. All right. Whoa. Did I not? Okay, that's definitely not right. What did I fuck up here? Oh. No, that's... So the first one is going to be 0. So this is 0, so that's definitely bigger than 60,000. It's gonna send it, and it's gonna so that's what it's wrap around again, and then now minus. Did I do 6,000 instead of 60,000? Thousand milliseconds a second. 60. Should be 60,000. What the fuck? Why is that firing constantly? Why do you think that it's... Did I... What did I do? I'm not... getting the number of milliseconds that have elapsed. How is it? I am so confused as to how this could possibly be. We have print and print F, I think. We're gonna do decimal. I just don't understand. I wish I had a fucking debugger. This would be so much easier. Oh. Okay. lights on in here. All right. Ah, fuck. That's not what I want. This screen. All right, let's plug this in. What the fuck? Oh, I know what the issue is. It's... fuck. No, it's a long. Okay. So for some reason, it thinks that our heartbeat interval is -5. Okay, let's just do this. All right. Let's also get rid of this code because I'm pretty sure it's just gonna work. I hope it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, we'll put it back in. I'll figure out why, but I don't want it to reflash again. All right. get this plugged in. Yeah, that's better. It doesn't think that it was a signed issue, or not a signed issue, but a precision issue. It was probably treating that as doing a conversion to an int, and it needed to be bigger to store the value. And int is probably 16 bits. No. If it's 16 bits, it would be 65,535, which should have been big enough to store that value. Oh, but it's a signed int, and it would only be half of that then. Okay. All right, it joined. All right, so it's receiving the hit. It knows it's getting hit. And then go into here. None of these debug messages are firing. So we know we're getting down into here. And it should be getting to here. We're not getting the disabled stuff here. Should be down here. This isn't going to be true. This isn't going to be true. So it should be getting down to here. Right. Shooter. Oh, do I not get the shooter? Oh, it's self, that's why. Oh. So that's part of the issue. Is I'm not sending a message. it should be getting a death. Notification. Death. It's probably actually the same exact code we want to run here. Um, um, how is this working? We don't need to do that. I can just do send state here. Okay. Don't need to have this in here. So I think we're okay. Let's start it back up. The other badge needs to get flashed. This one doesn't have a fix for the stuff to reconnect. So that kind of worked. The light went off. So the interesting thing is that state's not updating. We can continually kill the same player. So what did we do wrong here? Player hit. And it's be this one. Are we not setting disabled or dead or whatever it is? Huh. Deaths goes up. Disabled is true. So we should be killing the player here. See, what I don't get is why target is disabled. Disabled should be true here. I am slightly confused, but let's try this again. It's fine. It's running. Let's try to shoot multiple times again. Come on. All right. See, that's the weird thing here. So disabled is never set to true. But what I don't get is, how is it not set to true? It's set to true right here. On 15. The only thing I can think of that's happening is that revive is getting called. I wonder if my future there is just broken that I haven't finished setting up yet for the timer. It's very possible. And so it is getting called immediately after. Come on. Do your little thing. Connect. Yeah. So revive is getting called. And it's very possible that the reason revive is getting called is because of this. This code just isn't ready to go yet, and that's fine. And if this isn't it, then something's actually passing the message, and then that's bad. Something is passing the message, and it's fucking it up. Yeah, it worked. If you want to see what the dead ones look like, it's a little sad face. Oh, see if I can get like a good it says dead, a little sad face. So yeah, the revival code doesn't work yet. I suppose that's something we can work on. I do want to add some more logging to this though, just because I think it'll be super helpful. Um, yeah. Okay, so at least the actions we have some logging on, and that'll be a little bit easier. The other thing we can do, I guess, here is if data disabled, and in this case, we want to do all these things. Oh, if we're disabled, we're just going to basically ignore all this shit. We still want to do the receiver resume, but I think we're good here with that. So we should just never end up like saying anything. Cool. Well, I have to actually get out of here. This was a good debugging session. I probably will be back on later tonight, doing a little more streaming, uh, and hopefully getting into some more of the uh, actual game code. Maybe not debugging, but maybe actually building some more. There's some game logic that has to get built around starting and stopping games and choosing flag carriers in the beginning of a game and handling revival. So yeah, we'll probably get to that maybe tonight or this week.